This chapter shows David's deep desire to restore the Ark of the Covenant, the symbol of God's presence, to the center of Israel's life, okay? But it also reveals how good intentions without obedience can lead to disaster. So let's dive into it. The first part of the chapter covers David's plans to bring back the Ark, okay? David consults with all the leaders of Israel, saying, "Let us bring the ark of our God back to us, for we did not inquire of it during the reign of Saul." The whole assembly agrees. It's time to restore worship and God's presence to the nation. David's heart is right. He longs for God's presence, but his method will soon prove careless, okay? The second part of the chapter covers the ark is moved the wrong way. David gathers all Israel from the Nile, which is Shihor, to Lebo Hamath to bring the ark from Kiriath Jearim. They placed the ark on a new cart carried by Uzzah and Ahio, sons of Abinadab, who guided. Okay, this seems practical, but it violates God's command. The ark was to be carried by Levites on poles, not on a cart. Okay, that is written, if you want to check it out, that is written in Exodus chapter 25, verses 14 to 15, and Numbers chapter 4, verse 15. Okay, the third part of this chapter covers celebration turns to tragedy. David and all Israel celebrate with music, harps, cymbals, and trumpets. But when they reach the threshing floor of Kidon, the oxen stumble. Uzzah reaches out to steady the ark and is struck dead instantly by God. The Lord's anger burned against Uzzah, and he struck him down because he had put his hand to the ark. David's shocked and afraid, naming the place Perez Uzzah, which means outbreak against Uzzah. Uzzah's death feels harsh, but it shows the holiness of God. His presence cannot be treated casually, even with good intentions. The fourth part of this chapter covers the ark remains at Obed-Edom's house. David fears the Lord and halts the procession. He leaves the ark at the house of he leaves the ark at the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. For 3 months, the Lord blesses Obed-Edom's household abundantly. God's holiness is not only dangerous, it's also life-giving when honored rightly, okay? So, let me see if it's recording. It is, okay. So what are key lessons from the first Chronicles chapter 13? The first lesson is good intentions must follow God's instructions. David wanted to honor God, but he ignored the way God commanded his ark to be handled. Second lesson, reverence is essential in worship. The ark symbolized God's throne. Touching it violated divine holiness. Third lesson, God's presence brings blessing and fear. Obed-Edom's house prospered because he respected God's holiness. Final lesson, even leaders can misstep spirituality. David's passion outpaced his obedience, a reminder that zeal must be guided by truth. So, in summary, David gathers Israel to bring the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. But when Uzzah touched the Ark to steady it, God strikes him down for reverence. Shocked and afraid, David leaves the Ark at Obed-Edom's house, where it brings great blessing. The event teaches that God's presence must be approached with obedience and reverence, okay?